Hello everyone. This video is helpful if you had watched my previous video regarding how to retrieve your tax ID. So this particular video, I suggest you watch my previous video first, then this present video makes sense. So this particular video is focused on Nigerians living abroad. Because many Nigerians abroad have businesses in Nigeria and they're still not sure because they don't live in Nigeria. They think they don't have to pay tax. But trust me, you have to. If your business is in Nigeria, if you have businesses in Nigeria, even though you're not the one running it, but you're funding it and your business is registered in Nigeria, even if it's not registered, if it's like a sole trader, but you transfer money from UK, US, China to Nigeria, this video is for you. So I suggest you watch it, pay attention, and take notes. So before I start, I'll suggest you like my video, and I appreciate that. Subscribe and then share with your family in Nigeria so they'll know what to do. Very important, if you're not sure how to retrieve your tax ID, you need a tax ID to pay tax. You know, your tax ID is like your passport when it comes to tax world. So that's why it's important. Check my previous video, how to retrieve your tax ID. So if you have, like I said earlier, many Nigerians abroad have businesses in Nigeria. If you have property business in Nigeria, you're selling properties, you have tenants. Let's say, for example, you have 5 flats in Lekki or spread across Nigeria. And when you total up the rent, the rent you earn, which is your profit, is more than 800,000 naira, then you have to pay tax. That's where your tax ID comes in. So if you have transport business, some people, rather than constantly send money to their family, they send a coaster bus or a van, and the family in Nigeria will use that as transport business. Any business that earns 800,000 naira and above profit is going to pay tax. So you need a tax ID. If you don't know how to do it, check my previous video. It will tell you how to retrieve your tax ID using your NIN. Some Nigerians abroad have farming business. If you earn profit of 800,000 on your farming business, you need to pay tax on the business. And some people have had a question about, I have a business in Nigeria, I live abroad, but that business, that farming business is taken to Europe, then you don't need to pay tax. If you're exporting your business out of Nigeria, then you don't need to pay tax, but you have to pay duties and stuff for export stuff. I know people have asked me as well. I know Nigerians who feel that rather than buying expensive designer in abroad, in US or Canada, I can buy it in Nigeria and bring it over when I'm coming back to Canada. Because things in Nigeria come from China. Good quality as well, but cheaper compared to if you buy those stuff in US or Canada. So I know people who go to Nigeria, buy stuff and bring it to UK, US, Europe to sell. Those people do not need to pay tax because they're exporting those goods outside Nigeria, though there are still tariffs and that needs to be paid, but you don't need to pay tax. So the other people are those abroad who invest in stock, shares, treasury bonds. A lot of abroadians do that now. So you need to pay tax on your profits as well. Even though you live abroad, but you're buying shares in Nigeria, treasury bonds in Nigeria, you need to pay tax. Those that do food business, like I mentioned earlier, but they ship it outside Nigeria. And also online sales. Like I said earlier, those that buy stuff from abroad and sell it in Nigeria, you have to pay tax. If your business is registered in Nigeria, if you make your profits in Nigeria, even though you live abroad, you still have to pay tax. So share my video, share it to your friends. Anyone who is not sure, share it. Watch my previous video regarding tax retrieval. You need that first. You need your tax retrieval number to be able, your tax ID, to be able to pay tax. They will ask for it. If you have any questions, ask me in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Thank you very much.